morning, and welcome to another FTx webinar. Webinars are weekly events that are held on Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. And they cover a variety of topics offered by FTx Solutions. To get to our webinars, if you just go to our website at goftx.com, you can go to the Lifeline tab. And once that opens up, what we're going to do is we're going to scroll about halfway down the page, and we'll get to our webinar section. All right, from here we're able to subscribe and get notified of upcoming webinars and any other FTx news. We can also register for webinars, and we can also view recordings of previous webinars. So in today's webinar, we're going to be covering price lists and managing accounts in Warehouse. Pretty much this is going to be how to associate a certain price for particular accounts. So when we go into Warehouse, what we'd want to do is first we're going to go to Item Maintenance. We're going to take a look at a price list. So as you can see right now, I have two different price lists. I have one that's called Default, and I have another one that's called All Price Types. The one that's All Price Types, this has got different price types. This is how it calculates the price for a particular product line or department. And as we take a look at it, we have, like I said, we have different ones here, and we're going to go through each one and tell you what they each do. So first, let's start by doing a new price list. I'm going to hit Add. I'm going to give it a name. Just going to call it FTx Stores. All right, from there, it's going to populate all of my product lines, and by default, it's going to tell it to use default price. So first, let's decide what a default price is. Let me close this, and we're going to go back to item details. So if we look up an item, we have a default price here of $54.64 for this particular item, which is a cigarette. So in our price list, cigarettes say use default price. That is the price that it would use for that particular item. And pretty much any item in that product line would use the default pricing for each item. Now, instead of using the default price, what we can do is edit that, and we have different price types. So the price type determines how we're going to calculate the pricing for those product lines. So our next one down is a flat price. So if we wanted to do a flat price, we put in a price value. So let's say I put in $50. That would then take anything that's in my product line of cigarettes, no matter what the cost is on it and what the default price is, it's going to sell everything in cigarettes for $50. It's just a flat price for that whole product line. All right. I can base it off of margin. I'd put my value in that I want to calculate. So say if I wanted a 10% margin. And then I have at the bottom cost type. Am I going to base that 10% margin off of my manufacturer list cost or my last cost of the item? All right, my next one is a percent markup. Again, we put what value we want to mark it up, so we'll leave it at 10. And again, we tell it if we're going to use manufacturer list cost or if we're using last cost. We can do a percentage discount. If we're doing a percentage discount, we're taking and discounting it by 10%. We can add a dollar amount. So in this case, my value is 10. That means I'm adding $10 to the price of that particular item for cigarettes. If I do subtract dollar, works just the opposite way. I'd be taking $10 away from the price for the cigarettes. I have the option to sell at cost. This would be like if I'm setting this up for fast track stores. So if I'm selling to my own stores, I may want to sell it at cost because I'm not going to make money off of myself with this when I'm selling to my stores at cost um, to get it out. So I can do, again, cost is manufacturer list or last cost. So the next one is add a dollar amount and do a percent markup. So with this one, we're adding a dollar amount to the cost, and then we're also marking it up a certain percentage. So say if I'm adding, let's say price value would be $5. So we're going to add $5, and then my markup would be 5%. So the way that works is going to add $5 to the price of these products, and it's also going to mark it up 5% above the manufacturer list cost. So in that scenario, basically, we're going to use the cost, mark it up 5%, and add $5 to that. And our last one is add a dollar amount plus a percent markup with tax. Works very similar to the last one we looked at, but in this one, what we do is we take the cost of the item, we go ahead and add the tax to it. Then we do a percent markup. So whatever value I wanted to mark it up, say 5%. And then we add ever how much else we have to add to the item. So we'll add $1. So we take the cost, add the tax into it, mark it up a certain percentage, and then we add a dollar value to that to get our ending price for our customer. So we'd go through all of our product lines and set what price type we're using for each. So you may use the same price type for all your product lines, or you can mix and match them, whatever you need to do for each account. And it's not actually each account we do this with. The way we associate the price list with accounts is using what's called an account group. So if we take a look at an account group, we're going to go to maintenance. And we have account groups. So I'm going to tap to add a group, and I'm going to name this one Fast Track Stores. And then price list. This is how we associate the price list to an account group. So we're going to match it with FTx Stores. And then I can tell it to save group. So I've got it set up to use a prefix. So it's going to automatically create my account numbers for me. So I'm going to create a prefix here. We'll just do FTX. All right, so I added a group. So I have my FTx stores here. I can go back and edit that. And from here, I can actually assign accounts. I can hit assign accounts and select which stores are going to belong to this group. This would quickly add them for me. Then as I go and create new accounts, we have account group right here where we would select what account it goes to. So if I'm creating a new Fast Track Stores, I'd hit add, create my account, and I would tell it that I'm using Fast Track Stores here. So to give you an example, just hit add. And since I was using the prefix here, it tells me FTx Stores is my account group, and my account number is automatically going to be added to me, FTx 0001. When I save this, then I would go through and I'd enter all my information, my ship to, my bill to information. And then under account group here, I would want to change this to FTx Stores. This way, my Fast Track Store is going to get the price from my price list Fast Track Stores. That way I have my pricing correct. All right, that pretty much covers price lists and how to associate those price lists to accounts in Warehouse. I hope you learned something today. And again, webinars are weekly events that are held on Fridays at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. And to get to them, you can go to goftx.com. You can do /webinars, and that'll bring you straight to our webinar page here. And remember, if you click on the link to subscribe to get notified of upcoming webinars, you can get emails to let you know what webinars are coming up in the future. Thank you and have a good day.